Hello. Today I want to show you how to make a pinch pot at home. So I have my clay. I just kind of squish this clay out a little bit. I'm just going to flatten it a little bit more to make a base. Squeeze it a little bit. I don't need this much clay. So I'm going to cut some of it off. I want the base to be this size. So I'm going to squeeze it a little bit more, and then the thickness is going to be about the thickness of my pinky. So I need to make it a little thinner. I'm just going to squeeze it with my hands. Pound it down a little bit, pound it down a little bit, cut a little of the excess off, check the size, a little bit thinner, pound it down a little. Normally I would roll, but because I don't have anything to roll it with, oh, actually I have my water bottle. I could use my water bottle to roll, but that's okay. Now I'm going to put my circle on here. So this was, I don't know what this was. I feel like it was fruit of some kind, maybe. A yogurt cup might work. I'm going to take this measure, put it on here, cut a circle for my base. Cut this away. Maybe just smooth this out a little bit so that the sides are nice and smooth. Now I'm going to put this aside because that's going to be the base. Now I want to take this clay, rework it a little bit. I don't want my coil to be too thin. So start from the center and roll out. Start from the center, roll out, start from the center, roll out, start from the center, roll out, start from the center, roll out. Continue, continue, continue. Depending on the size of it. I want this to fit around the circle in the entirety. So it's about the size, but note that this size is thinner. So what I want to do is just kind of do it one more time. And I might cut some of that off. Yep, so I'm going to cut off right about here. Then I want to make a circle. If it's smushed, if it breaks, just fix it. So that it's about the size of my base. So there I am. So before I put it on, I'm going to smush it together. And then I'm going to actually do something that I don't normally do, but because of the restraints that we have here, in that I want to try to make a lot of these at once. So what I'm going to do, not restraints, but is while I'm rolling out, I'm going to roll a couple coils. It's actually better. If you were in school, I would say maybe don't roll too many, but because you're home, you'll be able to put them all on in one shot. You don't want to roll out coils and save them because they will dry out. So like I said, roll them out. Roll out a couple of coils. I'm going to try to make this whole thing in one shot. So know that that's something you can do. If you want your shape to come out, the next coil is going to be a little bigger. If you want your shape to come in a little, the coil will be a little bit smaller. So I want it to be right on top of there. So it's going to be about that size. I'm going to cut a little bit more off here, a little bit off right here. Make the circle. Smush them together. Normally you would be slip and scoring, but because this clay is all of the same consistency, I don't have to do that. I am going to slip and score as they go on, but so far I have two pieces. I'm going to make another one. Because like I said, no, I'm going to start over. Like I said, I want to try to make the whole thing in one shot. So I'm going to roll a couple of these. Beat this together. Keep rolling. So when you roll, you're going to roll from the center out. Always. It's a good idea to do it on a surface that you can, that it doesn't stick to. smush these together. Make this into a circle. Roll, roll, roll. Make it into a circle. Smush these together. So now I have 4 rings so far. More rings, and then I'm going to put it all together. Another one. One more. So it's important when you make them, you don't make your coils too thin, don't make your coils too thick. You want them to be all about the same. So mine are probably about the size of my thumb, because I want to smush them a little bit. You can make them thinner. If you do choose to make them thinner, keep in mind that you maybe want the bottom to be thicker, and they can taper off as you go. So they can get smaller as they go up, if you feel like that will work for you. I'm going to make mine all of the same thickness so that I can put them all together. So here I go. One more, and I think that's going to be it for now. So now I'm going to assess my situation here. Start with this guy. The first one is the most tedious. The first one you have to spend the most time on. So I want to join this together to the base so that it becomes one. So I'm going to use this tool to push down so that the clay doesn't separate, and if I want to put water in here, it doesn't leak out from the bottom. So don't skip this step. Push down, rotate, push down, rotate, down, 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 rotate, 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 until you have something that looks like that. And then with my finger, I'm going to smush this all together so that it blends into one, so that I have a nice solid foundation. It's important not to squeeze this too much. So I feel like I did squeeze it a little bit, so I'm gonna flatten it a little bit so that my next layer can fit on top. I'm gonna put this guy on next. Then I'm gonna put this guy on. I'm actually gonna put them all on and then smooth them all out. Nope, this one I think. This guy right here. And then this one, and that one. So there's my shape. I have a bunch of donuts really on here. This will definitely fall apart if I just left it like that. So what I need to do really is to take this top guy off, and I'm gonna smooth, because I want them to be all one. I'm gonna smooth all of these together. And I'm gonna actually use my hand to do that, so that they're all married together. So if it means pushing down, pushing up, doing a little of both. Try not to squeeze too much. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of pushing down, I'm pushing the clay up. I don't have to slip and score. If I waited another day, I would be slip and scoring. Traditionally, when you mix clay with clay, you have to slip and score, but because this is all the same consistency and I'm doing this all in one day, and I'm really making them become one a lot, I don't have to slip and score. So I'm able to skip that step. Normally I would say don't. If you're going to add more on to this the next day, tomorrow, if you feel like you want to add more, you would have to then slip and score. So I'm going to put this top part on. I'm going to smush this into one. If this part starts to bow out, that means it's too wet. I wouldn't go any bigger than this right here. And if I do, like I might decide to go bigger tomorrow, I'd have to wait. I'd have to wait and let it dry out a little bit. If my coils were thinner, they might start to bow. And tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to decorate this and to finish it off. So this is my first part of my coil pot, the first step. Tomorrow I'm going to smooth it out more after it sets up a little bit, and I'm going to add some decoration to the outside of it. So, voila, have fun.